Good evening, everybody. I wanted to make another quick highlight video because we got some new developments in the Henryetta horror case. Um, Holly reported no minor children in her 2021 divorce papers. There's a little quick video about the chaplain and the chaplain in the prison, and there's another interview with Ivy's grandma, and she's talking to Miss Vargas from News Nation. So I wanted to include that as well. If I earned your like and your sub, please go ahead and hit that. I appreciate you checking out the highlight, and come hang in the live show sometime. We'd appreciate you. This talks about Holly reporting no minor children in her divorce papers in 2021. Crazy. Doesn't make any sense.
All right, so I want to bring in Mark Garagos now. He's a trial attorney and the co-host of the Reasonable Doubt podcast with Adam Carolla. Garagos, something is rotten in Denmark here on so many levels. First of all, the cops are handing, Brian's card back to him, right? The sheriff's department, after they have miserably messed up from the get-go, right? Plus, they end up on the roster as the chaplain and the witness, and then the witness's son is the first site visit.
And they even work at your local ice cream parlor.
He's a member of the sheriff's department.
They're all over the place.
There's this landlord who has a criminal background as well, renting to a sex offender with three, teenage
Banana
kids.
Splits.
I don't know what recourse anybody has here, but I want to know why the feds aren't involved, or if they are, would it be quiet?
No, it wouldn't be quiet, at least initially. But I'll tell you, for anybody who ever wants to slam, let me tell you something. What will happen here? I'll make a bold prediction. There will be a plaintiff's lawyer that gets involved in this case and uncovers exactly what's going on, because your reporting, by the way,
well, before he gets into that, I want to share something with you guys. There's some reports out there that there is a team that's investigating some things going around there, and they have found some inaccurate information in newly filed court records written by law enforcement. And as soon as I get that info, I'm giving it to you. Just letting you know, it's coming.
Has put out so many data points that you could explore or go after, that it would be a field day. I mean, the idea that this guy has this property to begin with, the idea that he's calling his mother, the mother is not doing anything or alerting authorities, the fact that there are
what's up with that? Son texts mom, "Hey mom, I'm gonna unalive myself." Okay. And that was the end of that? No, I heard she reached out to Holly's mom. I don't know. She never said that in her interviews. I don't know. It's just weird. This is all freaking weird.
Explicably, as you just mentioned.
So many ways this could have been stopped. So many ways. The people reaching out to LE. Dude telling mama, I'm going. What the hell?
All of these phones,
and not one of those LE or mama that got the text message. Nobody thought about them children.
First thing you would do is try to or get the
These are our children,
connected
man.
with those cell phones.
Our future.
And I'll bet you're going to find some other interesting information there. So some very intrepid civil plaintiff's lawyer is going to unravel this thing, because it's clear that law enforcement
It's happening,
is not
trust
gonna
me.
do it.
Trust me, it's happening.
We also know it's so hard to sue the
I'll let you know
government,
when I
right?
know.
But you have a prison system that let a sex offender out early after 85% of his sentence on what they call the credit system. He built up credits.
Credits.
Why don't those credits go away if you're, accused of committing crimes behind bars?
Yeah, like demerits. Oh, wait. Everybody gets a fucking medal these days.
Which he was. And why did it take 6 years to adjudicate those crimes? It seems to me...
Don't worry about the demerits. It's what you get for credits. Yay.
All of this would never have happened if somebody had had their eye on that ball.
Well, you bring up a very good point. I've got a case in California right now where my client's son was killed while in custody, and it appears that it was not kosher, if you will, that it was not the cellmate that it may have been. There may have been involvement by the authorities. What ends up happening is once you put people in prison, there's a very, very nefarious kind of network that takes place in prison. We've seen it. You covered a story. I did a story with you.
Boy, he's kissing her ass, ain't he?
About some of these prison escapades that go on, and the idea that things get smuggled into prison, the idea that people have kind of alternative lifestyles while prison, which is clearly what happened.
This
here.
dude,
all of that is.
You want to talk about a fucking ulterior lifestyle? This dude, not this dude, but this fucking dude right here on the right side of the screen here. Boy, he had his own kind of lifestyle in prison, didn't he? And then he just got a bunch of oh my gosh. What were they trying to cover up with this dude? Why was nobody checking on him? How in the hell was he able to reside at a property that they didn't even have to go fucking look? Oh, you did the same shit in prison that you did to get to fucking prison, but we're gonna let you out early because we don't care about all the shit that you did wrong. We just care about all the shit that you did right. What a fucking great decision, wasn't that? Let me see the fucking paperwork where it says, here's the decision and here's the reason why. I would love to see the fucking reason why they allowed him to get out. 85% sentence done. Oh, you only have to come by and check in once every 90 days. Oh, here, let this person go pay you a visit, and that'll count as a checkup. Give me a fucking break. Lifestyles while in prison, which is clearly what happened here. All of that is gonna come to the fore. You're gonna see that unwound or kind of revealed in the coming weeks. I'll give you some kudos thanks to your investigation and Brian's investigation.
Well, let's hope. I mean, these families deserve justice. And if, they hadn't been getting the investigation done themselves and then screaming from the mountaintop, I don't know that anybody would have cared. So, Mark Garagos, thank you. Yeah, there for a while, I wouldn't even listen to some of his stuff. That dude had some crazy comments about Steve Goncalves being involved in the freaking Idaho 4. It's like, what, bro? I was like, I'm done. And then I gave him a chance a little while back, so he's all right. What a bunch of ass kissing in that video, though. Here's the next one. This is another interview with Ivy Webster's grandmother, Shannon. This is with Elizabeth Vargas from News Nation, and it looks like the same setting, but I imagine it was probably later in the day. Maybe it was earlier. I don't know.
We're hearing from the family of one of the victims in that tragic Oklahoma slumber party shooting that left 6 people dead. Earlier this month, police say 39-year-old Jesse McFadden shot and killed his wife, her teenage children, and their 2 friends who were at the house for a sleepover. McFadden then killed himself. News Nation's senior national correspondent Brian Entin joins us now. Brian, I just can't fathom how these families are getting through this.
Yeah, they're very, very emotional, Elizabeth, as you can imagine, especially when you think about what happened in this.
And the fact that they walked into a freaking house the way that they did, seeing the shit that they saw, that should have already been bagged, tagged, collected in a storage for freaking evidence. Lock up, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't know. I don't fucking work there. I'm not in the basement. I don't know the fucking 3-digit code. And then you have the local LE not even giving a fuck, man. These families, I can't imagine how claustrophobic they fucking feel. Like, where are they supposed to find their comfort besides their 4 walls? These poor families. I ain't shutting up about this shit. I'm going into it. Listen, trust me. You know how I went into Stephen Smith? Yeah. This is going to be bigger. Trust me.
House behind me, the victims,
I ain't
their
shutting
families,
up.
they drive by this house every day. It's really on
This
the
is
main
bullshit.
drag right here, but they never could have imagined what was happening inside. They say, though, the authorities should have known because of newly discovered red flags.
And yeah, never mind. I was going to say, who says that's what happened as well? With the way that the investigation went down in the beginning, do you even trust this headline right here from the way the investigation went down in the beginning? That headline. I can't have members only shows because I'm not at 1,000 subs, but I'm going to be talking about a little bit of that in my sub only Twitch stream on Saturday. So if you want to hear a little more in depth where I can't have a members only because I don't have the subs, but it is going to be like a members only. It's just going to be on Twitch. Follow me. Evil CJ, one word. If you have Amazon Prime, it's a free sub. Come hang out Saturday night, 7 o'clock Central. I got a whole lot of stuff to say about all this. Whole bunch of stuff to say. I want to hear what you have to say too. Open panel. But it's just our show.
This is where Justin Webster can find a little peace. The garden he planted in memory of his daughter Ivy, one of the 6 victims killed by convicted sex offender Jesse McFadden at the Oklahoma Slumber Party massacre 2 weeks ago. Do you feel like you've had a chance yet to grieve or accept it?
No.
I feel like I haven't because I've been fighting so hard, and I'll continue to fight. I don't have time to sit in the bed and curl up and cry like I really want to.
Oh, man. Aw.
But I gotta make sure that this doesn't happen to any other kid.
Oh my God.
Man.
Ivy's grandmother, Shannon Boykin, took this video inside what's been dubbed the sex offender den. Police initially cleared the house, but Shannon went inside the house and found shackles, drugs, electronics,
That's ridiculous,
and sex
man.
paraphernalia.
That's
It
what
was
they
like-
walked into.
Walking into doom when you walk in that house.
Right, you see freaking needles, you see freaking bondage, you see sex toys, you see lube. Fucking lube all over. Polaroid. I mean, we went into it already. Fucking look at this shit, man. All out in the open. This is what I want to know. With the way that the LE investigated this crime in the beginning and wanted to go like this, and Landlord wanted to go, dump it all. Was this a setup? Was this a freaking setup with all this shit all over the fucking home? The way that LE wanted to... Was this a setup? Let's put all this shit out there. So then we can go. Yep. Guy did this. left stuff all over the place. Case closed. No witnesses. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think that this... And I think that the dude really did do all this stuff. But at the same time, I gotta... In the back of my head, I'm like, wait a minute. This shit was shoddy from the get-go. Are the victim... Or are the headlines shoddy? You know, the headline of convicted R, unalive wife and 5 kids, is that a shoddy headline because that's what the original LE is telling everybody? Do I think he did it? Yeah. Piece of shit. I mean, look at his prison record, right? But just think about the investigation and how it went down first, and how they just wanted to. And what's the easiest way to do this? Put a bunch of breadcrumbs out there. I don't know. Do I think that really happened? You know, put a bunch of... No. But you just gotta wonder.
Hell yeah.
It was like
from the get-go, it was shoddy.
Walking into doom when you walked in that house. The smell was just, and it wasn't a cat box smell.
And now new questions surfacing about whether officials at the Okmulgee Sheriff's Office, the office that was supposed to be tracking McFadden, had a strange connection to the sex offender. News Nation obtaining this marriage license from 1 year ago that shows the Sheriff's Office chaplain performed the ceremony for McFadden and his wife Holly, who had children at the time from previous relationships. And the witness who signed off is the sheriff's administrative assistant. No one answered at the chaplain's house, and he ignored my calls and
the one that serves you banana splits at your local ice cream parlor.
Texted me, no comment.
What the hell?
We also went to the sheriff's office.
Hi, how are you? My name is Brian Enton. I'm a reporter with News Nation. We're doing a story about the Jesse McFadden situation.
No one would talk to me about the investigation or the marriage license. The victim's attorney told News Nation's Ashley Banfield, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
And here's the crazy thing, and let me add one thing that you haven't mentioned. Less than a month after the marriage, there was only one time that a sheriff's deputy ever checked the house, and that was after the wedding. And there's no other checks at all before or after at the residence of the sex offender. And the check was done by the sheriff's deputies.
You go to prison to get rehabilitated. You do the same shit in prison that you did to get there. So, hello? Open up the file folder. It says not rehabilitated. Close. Oh, let's let this guy get fucking married to somebody that has freaking children. Yeah, I'm gonna sign off on it. Yeah, let's have John Boy go fucking check up on Jesse to make sure everything's kosher. And John Boy's the sister's son, he's qualified. Cause he's right next to the lady serving you ice cream. The banana splits. He's putting the nuts on it. He's standing right next to her, putting the nuts on it. Yeah. So he's qualified too.
I mean, the sheriff's secretary's son.
Do you think the failures initially with not searching were just
the one that puts nuts on your banana splits?
Or do you think there's something more to it with what you're learning about the marriage certificate?
Man.
At this point, I think there's more to it. I don't want to call it a cover up. But yet we now know there's a lot more to the story.
It's a cover-up.
That they didn't want to investigate. And that is the question. Why?
So the families there obviously determined to get answers to figure out what was going on behind the scenes before this massacre. The state, they are now investigating. State law enforcement is in charge of the investigation. They are not commenting right now, though. Elizabeth?
Wow, those families have already uncovered quite a bit, right?
Yeah. Right when they walked in, and then they said, called the attorney, and yeah, it doesn't even look like Ellie even came in the house. Well, you got to go back in. Thank God they did. Thank God they went back in there, looked around, took video. Thank God, because I have a feeling that if they wouldn't have done that, It really would have been. These families are so brave. They're so strong. And to like have to exist in that claustrophobic atmosphere of comfort. You're just surrounded by dark clouds as soon as you walk out of your fucking house. These poor families. All right, we're going to switch to the next video. This is about the prison chaplain here. I ain't shutting up. I'm just going to get louder, everybody.
The deception is just starting to make me sick, right? Yesterday, Brian, it was the prison chapel was used for this guy's marriage. The chaplain of the prison conducted the marriage, and the sheriff's assistant was the witness to a sex offender's marriage to a woman with 3 kids. And you tried to get a hold of this chaplain. What happened?
We did. We wanted to talk to the chaplain. I had called him yesterday and left him a voicemail, didn't get a response. You mentioned it. I mean, no one wants to talk when it comes to this case. No one. But I thought maybe since it's a chaplain, he would open up to us, share something, let us know why he performed the wedding ceremony, what he knew about Jesse McFadden and Holly. Take a look. We went to his house. He actually lives about an hour from here. In Tulsa, and went to the door. They were watering the lawn there. There was clearly someone home. Knocked on the door, trying to talk to chaplain Kenneth Farnham, but no one came to the door, Ashley. And I also did get a text from him that just said, "No comment, period." And that was it. So apparently we are not going to be hearing from the chaplain.
No,
maybe
you're not.
This way, but he better answer someone as to why he legally married a sex offender to a woman with 3 teenagers and didn't sort of red flag that and let it happen.
All you had to do was open the file. It's all over the fucking thing.
At the prison chapel. And then there's that witness, the sheriff's administrative assistant, who also is in charge of registering sex offenders. That's what she's supposed to be doing for a living. That's what her LinkedIn says. So
don't forget the banana splits, Banfield.
Her son is a sheriff's deputy. He made the only on-site compliance.
And don't forget who serves the nuts as well.
Check for Jesse McFadden. What did the sheriff's department say
they're
about all this when you went to knocking?
Well, first of all, we've been trying to talk to the sheriff's department for quite some time. I have been, your team has been.
Brian, all they do is follow the evidence. You shouldn't even have to.
Yesterday, we were trying to get to the bottom of what was going on with the sheriff's assistant who, is in charge of the sex offenders. And also, her signature is also on the marriage license.
What?
Really is there something we're missing here?
Hold on, what? Who?
And also, her signature is also on. Your team has been. Yesterday, we were trying to get to the bottom of what was going on with the sheriff's assistant who, is in charge of the sex offenders. And also, her signature is also on the marriage license. Really is there something we're missing here?
It's called a cover-up, Brian.
Just wanting to understand it. So I went to the sheriff's office today. We called and called and called and called. This was sort of a last result. And this is what happened.
It's called a cover-up.
No. Check. Your name is what?
I can give you a card if you want.
That'd be great.
Is it? Oh, it's open under here.
Yeah, it's open.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been.
Seat out there?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. That was it?
So we basically sat out in the waiting room and waited. A man came out and wasn't happy that the camera was there, said that they weren't going to be commenting. I had given them my business card, and he essentially just gave the business card back to me.
Wow. Didn't even accept your business card.
Yeah, no, didn't. I still got the card. Didn't take the card.
Well, that's something. Okay. Again, I don't always expect that law enforcement.
These are some bold motherfuckers, man. To sit there on camera when the family's recording you, asking you to take evidence, and you go, well, if you don't want it, just toss it. They go as far as to give the frickin' business card back. You don't just keep it, wait till the gentleman walks out the door, and then toss it in the garbage next to your McDouble wrapper. You give the man his business card back? That's some bold shit right there. This goes way deeper than the shit that I'm going to be talking about Saturday night on Twitch only. This shit goes way deeper than the deeper I was thinking it was going. I got some more digging to do before Saturday. And the sheriff's assistant is also on the marriage license. Oh, shit.
Is going to, work with us when there's a horrible, disgusting, foul crime. But when they have been screwing up, I think they have some answers that we deserve as citizens. And that community deserves answers as to why all that evidence was left behind after the sheriff's department just cleared out. Nothing to see here. And by the way, if you want it, go ahead, take it home, was what one of the victim's family members was told. Just despicable.
You saw
one
it on
last
video.
question. Raymond Paget, the landlord, all this new information that he wasn't legally allowed to rent that property.
Nope.
That he was so callous to these family members. Get your things and get out of here, right? These are family members who lost their children.
2.5 days you got. 2.5 days. Get your shit or it's going in the dumpster. Oh, yeah. We'll be talking about him Saturday night, too. Trust me. I wish I could do members-only shows. I apologize I don't have 1,000 subs to be able to offer you the members-only shows. That's why I'm going to go to Twitch until then, because I really want to have these conversations with you guys, but it's got to be a private show. If you're not busy and you have Twitch, download Twitch, Evil CJ, one word. Follow me, Amazon Prime, free sub if you want. I'll be doing a few shows on there this month, just for sub onlys. And this is way deeper. I got a lot more digging to do.
To a rape and murder.
I thought I'd done some digging too.
In a mass murder suicide. It just defies logic that anyone would treat anybody else like that. But you had actually asked that question of Ivy Webster's father and grandmother, Ivy Webster being one of the sleepover girls who was murdered. And they had something to say about that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. This is something that they have been questioning and concerned about since the very beginning. Something to them did not make sense with this landlord situation.
Yeah.
How Jesse McFadden ended up here, he was able to...
Nothing's made sense to me since day 3. And then when I started going through some stuff in the background, then I started going, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense why everybody's doing what they're doing. Oh, yeah. But man, this shit goes way deeper than the outfield shit that I'm going to be talking about. This is crazy. This is freaking nuts, man.
Rent the place. So when the
let me give you your business card back.
That the farm behind me, that the house behind me was in a receivership and that it was not allowed to be legally rented. They sort of could believe it because something didn't feel right, but at the same time they couldn't believe it. They have questions. How was he here? Why was he here? Who was he paying? If there was no lease, how did all of this happen?
Cover up.
They told me.
They told you cover up.
Well, it just seems like it may have been like sort of a backdoor deal.
Well, they didn't tell you cover up. I was just making a joke.
Rental.
But no, seriously, cover up.
Well, that's clearly what it is if he's not supposed to be renting out that property. No.
It's all connected, my friend. It's all connected.
I wonder if there's even a lease or anything.
From my understanding is there wasn't.
They were
caretakers. And they were caretakers of the property. And what I'm confused about is if he's not supposed to be renting out those properties, where is the connection that brought Jesse to that house? If he can't list it as a rental.
Right. Like I said, cover up in connections. I'm going to be going through it Saturday.
How did Jesse get in contact with the property owner to be able to know he could lease that house from the property owner.
Thank you for watching.
Ridiculous. Oh yeah, there's some digging. Thank you everybody for checking out these highlights. I know they're a little longer than normal, but there's a lot of stuff I wanted to cover on the night off from the live shows. Check me back out tomorrow night. I'll be live 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. And then we also have Friday night hangouts where we just hang out, watch movies, play games. We'll be doing Family Feud and Jackbox and a little bit of LA Noir this weekend, Friday. Definitely check me out for the live show. We'll be back. If I've earned your like and subscribe, please hit it for me, please. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this. Let me know what you think about these other little alternate theories I gave you a little breadcrumbs on. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Hope you have a peaceful and positive evening, and I'll see you tomorrow night.